Welcome back, all my Minecraftian friends. This is the player update for episode 4 of the July 2015 Minecraft Hardcore Challenge Zombie Life. And let me just say that Technoscribe is going to be pleased. Yes. Okay, so to the list. Nova Cookie 232 started out by doing some farming, and then he started putting a fence around the whole village, and he got almost all of it done. It's like 3 sides. He got a lot of fencing down. I'm sure he can finish it up in one more episode. And he's putting torches inside, so he should have a nice safe place there pretty soon. Next we have Bad Heart MC. He worked on his trap house. He's not having any particular difficulty with the challenge, with the starvation or the getting the zombie flesh. So he's doing good. His trap house doesn't seem to be working that well. I mean, it didn't look that good to me, like it was terribly effective. The problem with houses is that you're stuck in one location, and you know, the mobs spawn a certain distance away from you, and if they don't, you know, happen to just wander in your direction, they're never going to get close enough to see you. Of course, zombies can see further than spiders, for instance, but, you know. Whoa. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. So, like I was saying, being in a trap house, you know, a house with slits that you can hit them but they can't hit you, kind of limits you to one location, and it's hard to get mobs to come to you. Okay, so now let me. Is that skeleton going to come over here and shoot me off of here? Okay, so that's why I liked my method of making this little pillar, because it's portable. I can go to where the zombies are and pillar up, and I've noticed that no one else in the challenge is using my technique. You know, they're all just out there fighting them on the ground, which is brave. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing what I'm doing. It's not against the rules, really. More spiders. I might have to go in the house to finish this challenge. I mean, this player update. Okay. I don't know if some people think that it's just too cowardly, but you know, it's no more cowardly than building a little shack and putting slits in the side of it that, you know, you can hit them and they can't hit you. In fact, it's probably less cowardly because, you know, as you can see, they can still come. Okay, we're going in the house. Which way is the house? This is ridiculous. Yeah, you stay out there. Okay. We're going to do the rest of it from right here. Okay. So, anyway, next on the list. Oh, another thing about the about zombie flesh that I wanted to mention in the last episode that I forgot is it's a you know, it's a nutritional thing if you're interested in that kind of stuff, if you're like a big fan of nutrition. Zombie flesh has no trans fats. Okay, so one other thing you don't have to worry about. Okay, next on the list is Outfoxed. Outfoxed is converting all the roads in the village to orange logs, which looks good. I I thought it looked kind of weird in the beginning, but you know, I mean, a couple orange blocks here or there looks kind of out of place, but when you make the whole road orange, well, then it starts looking normal. So he's doing good. He's not having any problem. He's got a food reserve, so he's not, you know, he's not running out of food. Next we have Ron Smalek. Ron Smalek, of course, is monitoring Subject 312. Subject 312 collected a bunch of sand and made sandstone, so that's cool. And he also attacked an Enderman. And what do you think? Well, he's out now. No, he's not. He attacked an Enderman, and then he ran for the river. And the Enderman attacked him back, but he didn't get a hit on him because 312 stayed in the river, and the Enderman couldn't get him. Enderman finally gave up, I think. Next we have Technoscribe. Technoscribe is building a kill shack, and her kill shack actually works pretty well. She's did a pretty good job on it, and it's paying off. So next is Jade LF. Jade started out day 4 by doing some farming. She killed a zombie with armor and got pants. So cool. I think they're gold. She's doing good, and with the challenge part of it, and she's also making furniture. She started to make furniture for one of the houses that she thought looked a little bit too empty. Next we have the team of Scoti Garbidis and Nathan Pelton, aka Basket MC. If you remember right, last episode they lost Pulse from their team. They started out with 3 of them, and Pulse died last episode, blown up by a creeper, I believe. And in this episode, also in last episode, they were lost. They didn't know where they were. They ran into a village, a desert village in a desert, but they made it in episode 4. They made it back to the original village, the home village, which is important because, you know, that's where the serum is going to be delivered to. If you're not there on the 10th day, you might miss it. Be a zombie forever. Okay. So they made it back to the original village, but they're not having any better luck with zombies. They're having a rough time. Nathan got, or Basket got down to like just a few hearts or half a heart or something, so he decided to build him a little dirt hut to hide in, and Scoti was out there killing zombies, and he only had like 1 or 2 haunches, so he was eating the flesh about as fast as he was getting it, you know, just to keep from starving himself. But then he was being chased by spiders, so he came into the little dirt hut with Basket, and the spider hit him through the wall and killed him. So Nathan is on his own now. Basket MC ended the episode alone and with half a heart. So it's going to be a rough one from here on out for Nathan. But stay tuned to his channel to see how he does in day 5. Next we have GranniesGotGame. First thing she did in episode 4 was to collect some coal. And see, and the rest of the episode was was pretty normal. She was fighting zombies, didn't seem to be having any big problems. Her episode ran over a little bit, actually ran into like 4 minutes of day 5, and in day 5, toward the beginning of day 5, she was cutting down trees to get wood to fix up the village, and a creeper snuck up on her and exploded and killed GranniesGotGame. So another one falls. Next we have Smithy MC. Smithy worked on his surface spawner. He got gold pants from a zombie, so that's cool. And he's doing good with the hunger thing and the gathering food thing. So he's hanging in there. Next we have John Fall 92. John Fall got a he got a gold helmet, a gold chest plate, and gold pants, all within about a minute. Killed 2 armored zombies, one right after the other, and got all those drops. So now he's completely outfitted in gold except for his boots, which he doesn't have any boots. He's running around barefoot with all this gold on. So super lucky John Fall 92. So we'll see if all that bling does him any good in the next episode. Next we have the team of LodeCentral. There are 3 players there. It's Allen, Crista, and Raichu. Okay, they've been having a rough time the whole challenge. So anyway, the rabbits in their village were eating their carrots right out of the garden. Now I didn't know rabbits could do this. You know, maybe the rabbits are just hopping on the garden and it's popping the carrots up and then they're grabbing them. I don't know. But anyway, the rabbits were causing problems with the gardens. So Crista decided to make a bunny pen. She got some wood, made some fences, made a nice little pen, went and got 2 bunnies and put them in there. Then she fed them some carrots so that they would breed. So then there's 3 bunnies. And then Crista was looking around for more bunnies, and she noticed that she was taking damage. She thought maybe someone was behind her, so she turned around, but there was no one behind her. She was starving to death. The other 2 players didn't have any food either that they could donate to her, because everybody was out of food at that point, because they're not very good at killing zombies and building up a reserve. So Crista starved to death, and the 2 remaining players made her a nice grave. It was very cool, and they continued on. And in the evening, they were killing zombies through a gate. On one of the houses, they replaced the door with a gate, and Raichu was inside, and Allen was on the roof, and they were killing zombies. And then Allen got hit by a zombie, and he didn't have very many hearts at that point, and it killed him. So Allen was killed by a zombie. That just left Raichu. She finished up the episode by killing a whole bunch of zombies, and actually ended with her hearts regen and a surplus of food. So maybe she'll go the distance, or maybe that was just a lucky break, and when things go back to normal, she'll have problems again. I don't know, but we're gonna stay tuned and watch the next LodeCentral episodes and see how long Raichu can last on her own by herself. Okay, next we have JGazMom. JGazMom is making a really nice flower garden. She's collecting flowers from all over the place and putting them in between a couple of the houses there. She was killed by a skeleton, and it was interesting. She was running around looking for zombies, and a couple of skeletons came around the side of a house, and there was 2 skeletons there, and one shot her and then the other shot her. And she didn't have, her hearts weren't all at full at that point. She had let them go down a little bit, and she had 6 food in her inventory, but she didn't eat. She didn't use them to, you know, to regen her hearts back up to full. I guess she figured she had enough hearts. Well, it wasn't enough for the 2 skeletons. So, anyway, JGazMom is out. Next we have Tim Obert, also known as Captain Hook 5150. He was blown up by a creeper. He had 4 hearts at the time, and you would think, and also he was running away from the creeper. So he hit the creeper, but I guess he didn't hit it hard enough or something, and the creeper wasn't far enough away, and he was running away from the creeper, and the creeper exploded. He had no armor, and a creeper in hardcore mode does 32.5 hearts of damage in the block that it's in. Okay, so if you're standing in the same block as the creeper, 32.5 hearts of damage. Well, you only start with 10 hearts, so 32.5 hearts is a lot of damage. But in the block next to the creeper, you cut that in half, so that's 16. Now the reason it's a half, instead of just 32 blocks of damage, they make it 32.5, is so that it always rounds up. So that, you know, if you have, you know, 4 hearts and it does 4 hearts of damage, well, it'll be like 4 and a fraction, and so that, well, it'll always round up to the next one. Okay, so anyway, yeah, the 1 block away is 16 hearts of damage. 2 blocks away would be 8 hearts of damage. 3 blocks away would be 4 blocks of 4 hearts of damage. So he must have been within 3 blocks to be killed by the creeper with 4 hearts. So apparently he was running but not fast enough, or he was walking, and the creeper was also walking. Anyway, blown up by a creeper. Tim Obert. Okay, so he's out too. Next we have Baker Bell. This is in her single player world. She's also on the LodeCentral team where she died, but in her single player world she's doing really well. She's spent day 4 making pens for animals. She hasn't collected the animals yet. As far as the killing zombies and eating, she's doing fine with that. Next we have Andy Doan. Andy Doan is on vacation, and his video will be coming on Sunday. So, next we have Cherry Bitters. Cherry Bitters spent episode 4 covering up holes around the village with dirt, and she went and collected some coal, and she's doing good with the food thing. So, hanging in there, no problems. Next we have Program Ninja. Program Ninja was also covering holes, and he's also doing fine. Next we have Johnney Raichu. Johnney Raichu, if you remember, is building this giant mob spawner, and in the episode 4 he worked on the mob spawner some more, and it's really good at spawning mobs. In fact, a whole bunch of mobs spawned in there, and he ran in there and was killing them right and left, and he was killed by zombies in his own mob spawner. Yeah, so I guess you should have figured out some way to channel him into a space where he could kill him without taking damage, but he just ran in there and was killing them right and left, but there was just too many of them. His mob spawner was too good, so it killed him. I guess that's another case of a person being killed by his own creation. Okay, next we have PizzaPizzaPie. PizzaPizzaPie is his first few episodes looked like he was doing alright, but he ran into a rough patch in day 4 and starved to death. Yeah, he He ran out of food. He was holed up in a house with little slits on 2 or 3 or 4 sides, and he was hitting them through the slits, but he wasn't really attracting enough, being there in that one location where they couldn't see him anyway. And he starved to death. Once he started starving, he went outside and looked around, but the last zombie he killed hadn't dropped anything. So his luck ran out, his food ran out, and his hearts ran out. So thanks for playing PizzaPie. Hope you come back in August, where we will be we'll be doing horsey stuff. It's a building challenge. We're going to be building a stable, some corrals, racetrack, all kinds of horsey stuff. So I want to say thanks to all the players that died. That would be Scoti, Garbidis, GranniesGotGame, JGazMom, Tim Obert, Johnney Raichu, and PizzaPizzaPie. So thanks for playing, and I hope to see you all back in August. This is Mike Deering signing out.